Again, this is just Kofa's theory. For me, a lot of the quote unquote alpha males are simply male divas, in my opinion. Simply because, have you ever seen a dude that was considered popular or the alpha male and then he not get what he wanted? You ever seen how that motherfucker react? Like a goddamn child. You want to talk about emotional? But people are used to two things from black men: lust and anger. Those two things, unfortunately, equate to a real nigga in our community. And that shit often gets motherfuckers deleted. Or your ass going to jail. Because they ain't used to being told no. Again, this is what becomes of the son husband that a lot of women are raising. But don't want to slide off there. You know I can. Might do another video on it. But that son husband that's being raised usually becomes this quote unquote idea of what an alpha male is. And this is where you get packs of guys. That's crazy again, right? You got packs of guys not even knowing who a leader is. He's just good with this. I'm going to follow him over here. I'm going to follow this guy over here. I don't know what to do for myself. And then you have a lot of insecure men huddling up together to talk this shit. I know this isn't popular in the manosphere. Kofa might be simping right now, but I want brothers to actually get sharper. I don't want you to feel better. I want you to be better. I don't want you to even think, fuck feel. I don't even want you to think you're alpha and you can't sit down logically and handle some shit. When your back is to the wall, you don't know what the fuck to do. It's a lot of these dudes that talk a good game about shit, right? But them niggas fold like hot laundry. When that pressure get on, and I've seen it happen all the time because they're accustomed to people doing shit for them. A lot of these niggas just have a good talk game. You got to watch out for them. That's about all they got going. Again, the look, the talk, and then you put them together, and what do we call that? Charisma. And that's where a lot of our sisters fall short. They believe this bullshit, and next thing they know, 9 months later, they raising a damn baby by themselves. And then the quote-unquote cleanup man, the beta male provider, that brother that's the true alpha, again, Kofa's theory, doesn't want to do that shit anymore. Now he's the devil. Because I've been him. I am him right now. Told y'all my thoughts on dating single moms and why not. I understand women have kids, but I'm just in a position in my life, I don't want to take care of no more kids. I got snipped. I might do a damn live on that. That might be a good idea. For some of y'all brothers on the fence, nigga, it might be time for that vasectomy. It's not that bad. I'll save that for later. That's a mental note. I'm gonna go to this other article and kind of expand on it, and then I'm gonna pivot to the guy who actually wrote and came up with the alpha wolf theory, where we're getting this alpha male theory from. One quick second, y'all. Then I'm going to read this. So doing the same thing with this article. I do want to show you where I got it from. I'm going to go back. I said back, not forward. Do what I'm telling you to do, computer. Yes, this came from the Insider. There's no such thing as an alpha male. Again, I'm not going to bore you. At the top, right up under the title, you can see this was in 2016. So again, I tried to find articles, around that time frame of the birth of the, or explosion of the black manosphere before it really snowballed and became what it is today. So for any of those brothers that may see this, that kind of spearheaded the black manosphere, thank you. But let me get to the highlighted portion. They kind of talked about, Trump's son had mentioned, when Trump said he grabbed her by the pussy and all that, or it was just, his dad and whoever that other guy was being doing what alphas do. But this guy right here, David, I'm going to call him Mech. I'm not sure if it's Meech or Mech, whatever. I'm going to call him David Mech. Introduced the idea of the alpha male to describe behavior observed in captive, stay with me, captive animals. Alphas, he wrote in his 1970s book, The Wolf, Ecology and the Behavior of an Endangered Species, win control of their packs in violent fights with other males. Pay attention to that part. He described it and he observed the behavior of captive animals. Did I not just show you Fleece Johnson? Not calling brothers and sisters or anybody locked behind the wall animals, but when you're in an encaged place and you cannot leave, and you're literally fighting for what little bit of resources are being offered to you, what can you do? Want to skip through this some more? I think they start getting into some old tweets and stuff like that. But remember that name, David Mech. Now I'm going to pivot to something that he wrote. This is an excerpt that he wrote. Now I'm going to read this again because I don't know who's doing what, who's occupied, but listening. Y'all make sure when y'all come in, y'all hit that like button for me. Go ahead and just share it, post it on your page for me. I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, and you see I'll talk about that when I go back. But let me go ahead and read this excerpt from David Mech's statement. The concept of the alpha wolf is well ingrained in the popular wolf literature, at least partly because of my book, The Wolf, Ecology and Behavior, blah, 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 written in 1968, published in 1970, republished in paperback in 1981, and currently is still in print, despite my numerous pleas to the publisher to stop publishing it. He found some new information. He had to go back on what he was working on. Although most of the book's info is still accurate, much is outdated. We have learned more about wolves in the last 40 years than in all of previous history. Again, we're taking this wolf archetype and putting it on human men. One of the outdated pieces of information is the concept of the alpha wolf or the alpha male. Alpha implies competing with others and becoming top dog by winning a contest or battle. Most of these niggas, again, can't do shit. They're claiming they alphas, but ain't nobody ever tested them. Some of them getting by on their looks. Some of them getting by on their size. Some of them are getting by on their willingness to conduct violence. Whatever that thing that's going to get them over and have them looking good. Unfortunately, lust and anger, again, in our community, is seen as a sign of respect. Not seen as a sign of respect, but given respect. Where'd I leave off? However, most wolves who lead packs achieve their position simply by mating and producing pups, which then became their pack. I'm going to visit that in a second. In other words, they are merely breeders or parents, and that's all we call them today: the breeding male, breeding female, or male parent, female parent, or the adult male or adult female. In the rare packs that include more than one breeding animal, the dominant breeder can be called that, and any breeding daughter can be called a subordinate breeder. So let's talk about that. First of all, he observed the wolves in captivity. They can't go nowhere. They're out of their natural habitat. He can't observe them hunting. He can't observe the biggest, baddest, alpha male or whatever, or leader step up and do anything outside of breed in this caged environment. Have sex. Fuck. He can't observe them doing anything else other than fucking, violence. What I just say? Lust and anger. When he went back years later and observed them in a natural habitat, you had a male and a female. They bred, they raised their puppies together. That was his pack. Again, the beta male, right? He's taking care of home. He's handling business. He's paying the bills. And I know Oh, Kofa, you know, we're human. You know, these bitches got kids, this, that, and the third. Nigga, I hear you. But when he steps in and he takes on that pack, and he still has the ability to not only lead a pack of pups that he may not have created, but he's able to take care of his own pups, his kids, her kids, and a woman, and still handle his business, wouldn't that make him the alpha?